There is a moment that every data engineer, IT director, and chief technology officer knows intimately. It arrives without warning, usually at the worst possible time. It is the moment when someone asks a simple question: how long will this take? And the honest answer is, we are not entirely sure. Data migration has been the quiet crisis of the enterprise technology world for decades. It is the unglamorous infrastructure-level work that underpins every digital transformation, every cloud adoption, every merger and acquisition, every regulatory compliance initiative. And for most of that time, it has been slow, expensive, risky, and deeply painful. Welcome to the Next Biz Thing. I am Markus J. Diplama. Today, we are looking at a company that has decided the status quo is no longer acceptable. The company is MLADU. You can find them at MLADU.com, and their proposition is simple, powerful, and long overdue. Transfer terabytes in minutes with audit and AI. Let us begin with the problem, because it is bigger than most people outside of enterprise technology appreciate. Every organization that has ever moved data from one system to another knows the particular anxiety of a large-scale migration. It might be moving from an on-premise data warehouse to a cloud environment. It might be integrating two data sets after a merger. It might be sharing a massive data set with a vendor or partner under strict compliance requirements. Whatever the use case, the challenges are consistent. Data is heavy, transfer pipelines are fragile, security requirements are exacting, and the margin for error is essentially zero, because the data that is being moved is often the lifeblood of the organization. Customer records, financial models, research assets, operational systems that cannot afford to be offline or corrupted. Traditional data transfer approaches involve a patchwork of tools, scripts, manual processes, and vendor-specific connectors. They require deep technical expertise to configure and maintain. They generate limited audit trails, which creates compliance headaches. They are slow, genuinely, frustratingly slow, in a world where processing windows are shrinking and the competitive advantage of data is measured in hours, not days. And when something goes wrong, diagnosing and fixing the problem requires the kind of institutional knowledge that walks out the door when experienced engineers move on. MLADU is building the answer to all of this. Their platform is described as scalable, secure, and cost-effective. A data transfer tool designed for seamlessly migrating data both internally within an organization and externally with data platforms and data vendors. That phrase, internally and externally, is worth dwelling on because it captures the full scope of the problem they are solving. Data does not only move in one direction, it flows between departments, between systems, between partners, between cloud providers. A platform that handles all of those vectors through a single interface with consistent security and compliance controls is not a nice-to-have. It is a competitive necessity. The headline feature, transferring terabytes in minutes, deserves scrutiny because in enterprise technology, bold claims are common and validated performance is rare. What MLADU is promising is a fundamental shift in the physics of data movement. The difference between moving a terabyte in hours versus minutes is not merely a convenience. At enterprise scale, it is the difference between a migration that requires a weekend maintenance window and one that can be executed during a lunch break. It is the difference between a data sharing agreement that takes weeks to operationalize and one that can be activated within a single business day. Speed at this scale is strategy. The AI component of the platform addresses one of the most persistent pain points in data migration: the cognitive load of managing complex transfers. Even experienced data teams spend enormous amounts of time on the non-technical work of migration, validating data integrity, documenting what moved where and when, reconciling discrepancies between source and destination systems, and generating the audit records that compliance teams require. AI can automate significant portions of this work. It can flag anomalies, suggest optimizations, predict failure points before they materialize, and generate documentation that would otherwise require hours of manual effort. When MLADU says their platform is AI-powered, they are describing a fundamental change in what it means for a human being to oversee a data migration. The audit capability is perhaps the most underrated feature of the platform. But for anyone who has lived through a compliance audit or a data breach investigation, it is the feature that changes everything. Knowing exactly what data moved, when it moved, where it came from, and where it went is not just a regulatory requirement in industries like finance, healthcare, and government. It is the foundation of organizational trust. The ability to produce a clear, tamper-evident audit trail in response to an inquiry is the difference between a routine compliance review and a months-long investigation. MLADU builds this into the transfer process natively, rather than treating it as an afterthought. The market MLADU is addressing is vast. Cloud adoption continues to accelerate across every industry. Data volumes are growing at rates that even optimistic projections from 5 years ago failed to anticipate. The global data migration market is projected to reach tens of billions of dollars over the next several years, driven by the inexorable movement from legacy infrastructure to modern cloud and hybrid architectures. Within that market, there is a particular urgency among mid-market and enterprise institutions, organizations large enough to have genuinely complex data environments, but not large enough to maintain the army of data engineers that the largest technology companies deploy. These are the institutions that MLADU appears to be designed for. The platform is built to be accessible, easy setup, as their messaging emphasizes, without sacrificing the power and security that enterprise use cases demand. That combination is genuinely difficult to achieve, and when a company does achieve it, they tend to capture significant market share quickly because the alternatives are either too simple for serious work or too complex for practical adoption. The free trial offer is a notable strategic choice. In enterprise software, where sales cycles are typically measured in months and involve multiple stakeholders, giving potential customers direct access to the product is a powerful proof-of-concept accelerator. A data team that can run a real migration through MLADU's platform and see the results, the speed, the audit trail, the AI-assisted insights, is a data team that can build an internal business case without relying entirely on vendor-supplied materials. That kind of hands-on validation is the fastest path to organizational buy-in. What is the next biz thing for MLADU? I would expect to see several developments on the horizon. Deeper integration with the major cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, as well as the leading data warehouse and analytics tools. Expanded AI capabilities, potentially including intelligent data mapping and transformation features that reduce the manual configuration burden even further, and vertical market specialization, because while the core technology is broadly applicable, the compliance requirements and integration landscapes of healthcare, financial services, and government each have enough unique characteristics to justify purpose-built configurations. The underlying thesis here is that data movement is about to be radically reimagined. For 30 years, moving data has been treated as infrastructure plumbing, necessary, but not glamorous, not a source of competitive differentiation. MLADU is betting, correctly I think, that in a world where data is the primary asset of most organizations, the speed and security with which that data can be moved is itself a strategic capability. The organization that can migrate, integrate, and share data faster than its competitors is the organization that can act on insights faster, close partnerships faster, adapt to market changes faster. That is not a marginal advantage. In markets where the difference between winning and losing is measured in days or weeks, it is everything. This is Markus J. Diplama. You have been listening to the Next Biz Thing. Visit MLADU.com to explore the platform and try it free. Until next time, the next big thing is already here.